Hi guys, Dorothy here. I'm a professional astrologer. Today I'm going to talk to you about the week of October 22nd. Now in this week, especially the beginning of this week, there is a lot going on and I may just clump it all together. We'll see. We'll see how it comes out, right? So we have the sun entering Scorpio. We have a full moon. Uranus is involved. I'm going to tell you what all of that means in this general forecast for the week of October 22nd. So this is not meant as a horoscope for each and every sign. This is how we feel. This is what I want you to do with the weekly forecast that I create. It gives us an insight into the energies that are present for all of us, right, throughout the week. So that's how I want you to look at this and when you watch my forecasts, okay? All right, I'm going to tell you all about this stuff in plain English, I hope, as best I can. And so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, guys, welcome back. So starting Monday, let's start right off with Monday the 22nd. The moon has entered the sign of Aries in the middle of the night. Now, when the moon is in Aries, we are motivated. Throughout the day, it makes connections to Saturn, to, let's see, Venus. We have Mercury and Pluto connecting. What all of this means is that we are very motivated. It is not your typical Monday, if you will, where you're feeling sluggish and having a hard time getting going into your work week. This is a very motivated day. The moon in Aries can see and problem solve all in one step. There's no thinking things through. It's just like that little 2-year-old kid that just goes straight for what they want. They don't think about anything else. One mind, right? So we have this one mind way of behaving on Monday. Now, it does roll into Tuesday because on Tuesday, the moon also makes a square to Pluto, sextiles Uranus, sextiles Mars, and a hard aspect to Mercury. So with the moon in Aries on Tuesday, we also have this activity of being instantaneous in our actions and our movements. Now, there's a little problem with this in a way, only in a way. We're going to feel that on one hand. On the other hand, first thing in the morning, the sun enters the sign of Scorpio. Now, Aries and Scorpio don't relate very well. Scorpio, and while the sun is in Scorpio for the next month, we are being asked to slow down, unlike my talking, and to go in deep. Take that deeper look within. Pull the shades down and do the research. Just put your nose in the book. Go into meditation. Do your shamanic journeys. Whatever it is that you like to do. Because that 8th house, and I say the 8th house because that's where Scorpio naturally lives. But that sun in Scorpio energy is about taking a journey down into the recesses of your mind and deep into your spiritual practices, if you will. It is the month of transformation. So if you're feeling some rumblings within, I want you to recognize that this is an opportunity for you to go in and see what it is that needs to be changed and transformed. On Tuesday evening, and we're going to feel this all day anyways, but the sun is in an opposition aspect to the planet Uranus. He's at 0 Taurus. And so what this tells me is if we can allow something to actually be cracked open, and so we can really go in and look at it. If there is a psychological something that you want to work through, whatever it is, it's going to be personal for each and every one of us. But the overall feel is that something sudden, thanks to that planet, the energy of what Uranus represents, something sudden and different and unique can be shown to us, and that's our path into our own transformation. All right? I know that sounds that's quite a bit spiritual, but the point is, it's like if we spend time on ourselves and we spend time working on what's important for us, well, we always come out of the other end of this much better and higher vibrating human beings, if you will, or just a much better understanding of who you are or a certain life circumstance. And so this is the beginning of all of that with the sun entering Scorpio and the sun opposite to Uranus, all on Tuesday, the 23rd, right? That leads us up to the full moon on the 24th. But just before the full moon, we have the moon making a conjunction to Uranus, and then we have the full moon, and then we have the moon a few hours later opposite Venus. What does all of this mean? The moon trines Saturn too. So full moon day, Wednesday, the 24th. We are being shown, thanks to all of these planets that are connected to this full moon. It is a powerful full moon. We are being shown what it is we value, what is important to each and every one of us. I know this is a general forecast, but the moon in Taurus, it's exalted in that sign, but it's conjunct Uranus. And when anything's conjunct Uranus, there's always that, that wrench just gets thrown in there. So something unexpected and really, very unexpected can come up to and for us to examine, to work on, to look at. So we need to kind of stay on our toes, right? Which would be important. The moon in Taurus does not like to move quickly. It wants its creature comforts. So this full moon is going to show us what it is we value, how those values may have changed recently, or it's going to give us opportunities and life situations so we're able to examine what is important to us. Am I willing to fill in the blank? Accept this? Do I want that? We are in a moment, especially with this full moon and everything that we've been going through recently. This full moon is giving us all an amazing opportunity to understand ourselves better than ever. All right? Boy, oh boy. If you aren't doing some deep work on yourself right now, then this full moon might illuminate that area of your chart, and it might illuminate that area of your life where it's important for you to do some work. So if something gets stirred up, especially the beginning of this week within you, once the dust settles, it's an opportunity to take a journey for yourself and get a little deeper into your own internal understanding. All right, really, I don't want you to be afraid of any of it, because things come at us and things are presented to us when we're ready for it, and sometimes we don't think we are, because Uranus always is pushing us out of our comfort zone. And so when Uranus is involved with full moons or eclipses or anything like that, which it is, on the 24th, I forgot the date already, I have to tell you, we are in for some change if you're somebody who's been resisting it for a while, okay? I know. Don't freak me out. The rest of the week is actually pretty okay. The moon is in a waning phase now. We get into Thursday. The moon's still in Taurus and is making some aspects on Thursday, but they're gentler, easier aspects for the most part. One to Neptune, a hard aspect to Mars in the middle of later in the evening. And so when we have that, then that will help us to activate any great new or innovative ideas. They can come to a head, so we're able to see what it is that the full moon is showing us. This is what full moons do. It's a culmination. It's a culminating day or moment in time once a month where we can see what we've been working on over the last few weeks, but especially the last 18 months. Because there was a new moon 18 months ago at the same place that there is a full moon now. That's a whole lunar cycle thing that goes way back. But you pay attention to what's going on in your own life and make those changes where you feel it's comfortable for you. When we get to Friday, the 26th, this is the day that the sun catches up with Venus as a conjunction. Venus is retrograde. We have Mercury in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, Jupiter in Scorpio. So the sun and the moon are both either in a conjunction or in opposition to those planets, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and all of that's on Friday. So those again are more opportunities for expansion, expanding and changing and going deep within, like I've already mentioned a bunch of times in this forecast, to go in and look at what is important for you to work on, right? When we get to the other side of Scorpio, we'll be in Sag and we'll be able to become more enlightened, and we'll be able to see a lot of the work that we've done and what it's doing for us. But in the meantime, let's go within, all right? That's what we get for Friday. Now, we also have on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the moon in Gemini. So this is a wonderful opportunity for us to journal, communicate with others. The moon, when it's in the sign of Gemini, here's what it would say. I need to talk about how I feel. So Friday night, Saturday into Sunday, the overall feeling is I got to talk about how I feel, or at least journal it and write it down, write those letters. We never have to mail them or do anything, but we need to get our feelings in those deeper things that the Scorpio's been bringing up, those deeper things out on paper or verbal, so we can see, and we just got to release these things. That's really what the main thing comes down to. Now, we also have really close to this time period, I have on the 27th, I just have it penciled in, that Mars is actually at the same degree that the eclipse that we had on August 11th. So this is about taking some action. Let me put my book down. So if we have if you're feeling on Saturday, the 27th, that there is really something coming to a head for you, this is Mars conjunct that eclipse point on August 11th. What that is look back to what was going on then. Now we can actually take a final action and a final step towards whatever it is that was either bugging you or you began, whatever it was. I was going through some stuff in August, and I know on that Saturday, on the 27th, I have to keep looking at the date, I will be able to take action for something in regards to what was bugging me back then. This is a big, powerful week here. We're taking our deep nosedive into our souls, into those deep, dark places that we don't typically go, right? That we just sort of leave things alone for a while, but we're being asked, especially when we have that full moon in Taurus, we're being asked to bring that stuff to the surface so we can really see what we truly value and love within ourselves. Venus retrograde is bringing that stuff up too. A lot of karma, a lot of karmic relationships coming together, or whatever's together, people doing what they're doing. It's coming and going. There's a lot of coming and going in relationships right now because it's all about that Scorpio energy. And it's about changing and regrouping and transforming what we love and what we value. So talk it out over the weekend, and I will see you again next time. Blessings and namaste.